All right, let's just jump right in. You ever wonder what's really driving so many of our modern health issues? I'm talking about the big ones. Well, it's probably not what you think. It's not cholesterol. It's not simply calories in, calories out. It's this silent process that could be happening inside you right now. It's called chronic inflammation.
And this quote from Dr. Mark Hyman, wow, it just hits the nail on the head. Essentially, the world is eating dessert for breakfast. Think about that for a second. That supposedly normal, maybe even healthy breakfast you're having, it might just be the very thing lighting the match for this internal fire we're talking about.
So it only makes sense to start where our day starts, right? With breakfast. Because it turns out that first meal of the day has this huge cascading effect on, well, pretty much everything that happens after it. And this is where it gets really fascinating. You see, your body, it doesn't really care if it's a bowl of sugary cereal or 2 slices of toast or even some kinds of oatmeal. To your biology, it's all processed pretty much the same way, like a big old bowl of sugar. And that single event kicks off this harmful chain reaction that can honestly just sabotage your whole day. It basically boils down to this crazy sugar roller coaster. So first, that sugary breakfast makes your insulin go through the roof. And you gotta remember, insulin is your body's #1 fat storage hormone. So it's basically shouting, store more fat, while slamming the brakes on your metabolism. Then what happens next? The inevitable crash. Your blood sugar plummets, you feel exhausted, and, you guessed it, you're suddenly desperate for more carbs, more sugar. It's this vicious cycle, and it all starts with that very first meal.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. Check out this incredible study by Dr. David Ludwig. He gave kids breakfast with the exact same number of calories, but the results, they were absolutely staggering. The kids who got the omelet, packed with protein and healthy fats, they were full and happy for hours. But the kids who ate instant oatmeal, they ended up eating 86% more food over the course of the day. Even the healthy steel-cut oats made them eat 56% more. See, it's just not about the calories. It's about the message you're sending to your body.
Okay, so let's zoom out a bit. That whole breakfast situation, that's just the spark. Now we're going to talk about how that little spark can ignite a much, much bigger fire. A problem that's way more persistent.
So think about it like this. When you get a cut, your body creates inflammation to heal it. That's like a big, hot, temporary fire that your immune system puts out. But that's not what we're talking about here. Imagine a fire that never, ever gets put out. It's just simmering, constantly, day in, day out, smoldering in the background. That low-grade, chronic inflammation, that's what scientists are now calling one of the biggest health threats we face today. And I love how Stanford immunologist Dr. Tomiko Katsumoto puts it. She says, it's our whole body on fire. This isn't just about a swollen knee if you twist it. No, this is systemic. It's a body-wide red alert, where your immune system is basically on high alert. Everywhere. All the time.
So why should you care about this simmering fire? What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is that it's the hidden fuel for so many of the diseases we're all trying to avoid.
And get this, a huge 30-year study dropped a bombshell. It found that your level of inflammation is twice as important as your cholesterol when it comes to predicting your risk for chronic disease. Let that sink in. For decades, it's been all cholesterol, 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 but it turns out inflammation might be the real villain hiding in plain sight.
And that's why this is so important. This constant fire is directly connected to the heavy hitters: heart disease, a lot of cancers, dementia, type 2 diabetes. It makes autoimmune conditions like arthritis way worse. It even speeds up how fast you age. Scientists even have a name for it now: inflammaging. Wild, right?
Okay, so if this hidden fire is so dangerous, where's the smoke detector? And maybe more importantly, where's all the fuel coming from? Well, the answer lies in a place you might not expect: your gut.
I mean, just look at this. A whopping 70% of your entire immune system is housed right there, in your gut. That is not an accident. Think about it. Your gut is the main border crossing between the outside world and your insides. It's basically the command center for your body's army.
And who's running the show at this command center? Your gut microbes. Billions of them. You can think of them as the gatekeepers. And depending on the food you eat, they send one of 2 messages to your immune system. It's either, hey guys, all clear, stand down, or it's red alert, we are under attack. And a bad diet? That's like keeping the alarm bell ringing 24/7.
All right, I know this might all sound a little doom and gloom, but here's the good news. Here's the really empowering part. If the wrong food can light the fire, well, the right food can absolutely put it out.
So what's the game plan?
The key is to load up your plate with powerful anti-inflammatory foods. We're talking about things like raspberries and other berries, which are just packed with antioxidants that go in and clean up the damage. Chia seeds, full of those amazing omega-3s. Turmeric, with its superstar compound curcumin. Just make sure you have it with some black pepper. And of course, broccoli. Amazing olive oil, some good dark chocolate, and fermented foods like sauerkraut or kimchi. When you eat these, you're basically sending a memo to your immune system that says, it's okay, you can relax now.
And check this out. This is maybe one of the coolest examples of how powerful food can be. You know ibuprofen, right? Well, high-quality extra virgin olive oil has these things called polyphenols in it. And one of them works on the exact same anti-inflammatory pathway in your body as ibuprofen. It literally goes in and blocks the same stuff to calm inflammation down. I mean, come on. That is food as medicine right there, working at a molecular level.
And this really brings us back to the most important idea of all. Food isn't just fuel, it's not just calories, it is information. Every single bite you take is a set of instructions that you're sending to your genes, to your hormones, to your immune system. You are literally changing your own biology in real time with every single meal.
So, let's wrap this up. The biggest takeaway here is that you're in the driver's seat. You get to control the conversation your food has with your body. You can choose to send it information that calms things down and builds you up, or you can send it information that sounds the alarm and breaks you down. The choice really is yours, and it starts with whatever you decide to eat next.